Good Monday morning. I'm Colette Linden. This is a special report. I'm here with Christopher Oldcorn. Good Monday morning.
Good Monday morning.
How was your weekend? Oh, my weekend was awesome. How about you?
Mine was good. I hit up Harmony Beach. Got a little bit of the sun on that day. And
yeah. Well, you said like the Phantom of the Opera.
Yes. Half my body's burned and the other half is still like Casper the Ghost.
It was a beautiful weekend. We just want to thank Casey Security for their sponsorship. I will not forget to say that today. I know that on Friday I heard that perhaps I might have forgotten it once or twice. So thank you, Casey Security, Casey Security, Casey Security. There you go.
There we go.
What about the weather this week? Because it's looking kind of gray and dismal and outside. Great for
it's
Monday.
Not the greatest out
Great
there right
for a
now.
Monday.
Yeah.
Really helped me get out of bed this morning.
Yeah, so it's going to be 27 today. It's actually going to feel slightly hotter than that, but we're going to have thunderstorms today. Also, we're going to have thunderstorms tomorrow as well with a high of 29. Even though the Humidex will make it feel over 30, it'll feel around 33. The rain will continue on Wednesday, but not thunderstorms. 27 that day, even though the Humidex will feel like about 33, 34.
Oh, I love the high Humidex.
So today our Humidex is going to go up to 29, so almost 30. In the next 2 days, we're going to be into the mid 30s.
Awesome.
So it's going to be quite warm.
Yes.
It's just you're not going to want to be outside because it's going to be a thunderstorm. Or raining. So.
I love the humidity. It's one of my favorite. There's one thing about moving to Northern Ontario, there's less humidity than down south.
Oh, way less.
Yeah. I like those days where you walk outside, it's like, can't breathe. Those are my favorite. I love them.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I do. We have a new fundraiser for this week. Do you want to explain that one to everybody?
Yes. So the Sioux Area Hospital Foundation is raising money. They're about to come out with a new 5-card draw fundraiser. Okay. Now, it hasn't started yet, but if you go to their website, which you'll see in the on the bottom of the screen there, sahfoundation.com, you can find out more about that. You can also make a donation now directly to the hospital and help them during this time of COVID-19 because they have had added expenses with what's been going on.
For sure.
So you can also donate directly to them there as well. So we're going to be trying to raise money for the Sioux Area Hospital Foundation this week, as it's our charity that we have chosen for the next 5 days. And we will give you more info on the 5-card draw once they give us some more info on that.
Do you know anything about this 5-card draw, how it works at all? Did you read that? I don't know.
The only thing that they've said is this year it's going to be online only.
Oh, okay.
In the past, apparently you went and purchased an actual...
A tangible ticket,
into that.
Yeah.
And
so it's like a 50-50 draw or whatever.
Well, it's a 5-card draw of some kind. I think it's sort of like a poker game or something like that.
Ooh. So. Speaking of poker, when it comes up in newscasts, we got a Las Vegas story that, well, we could go back to the mayor story again about that, but we got an update on poker in Las Vegas. It just reminded me. But what we want to do today is just talk a little bit about what day it is today. National Wine Day.
Yes.
So after you go to work today and you've done with the gray, crappy Monday, you can go have a bottle of wine and not feel any guilt at all because it's National Wine Day.
You don't feel guilty about not going for a walk or anything?
No, it's officially Wine Day, but it's also officially my godson Marcus Vukovic's birthday today. So I just want to wish him lots of love today, and I miss him. And what about this USCA Memorial Day? What did you want to talk about on that?
Yes, well,
good or bad?
If you want, you can go to a restaurant across the way, hotels, everything.
Northern Michigan
Northern Michigan's completely open right now. If you'd like to go there and possibly catch COVID-19 in the general population, you can also go to a restaurant. Yes, you can even go to a restaurant and sit down and have someone at the table next to you. So, yeah, it's apparently everything's normal in Northern Michigan, and it's just messy the rest of the world.
All right.
But over the weekend, I'll get to this in a bit, but we do have one more case here in Algoma of COVID-19. However, there is some good news there as well that I will share about the Extendicare Mapleview home as well.
I wanted to ask you a couple questions too about just the increase in all the numbers.
Yes.
What's going on with that?
Once again, we are up over, actually, the exact number was 460 new cases on Saturday. We don't have the numbers for Sunday yet, but we are not trending in the right direction.
No.
I think the reason why you're seeing this jump up is from people that went and celebrated Mother's Day. Because of the incubation time of COVID-19, it takes at least 5 days at a bare minimum to actually develop COVID-19 after you've caught it. Even though when I talked to Dr. Samantha Hill, it can be in your system 3-4 weeks before you actually develop the actual symptoms,
Okay.
where you would want to actually go get tested, because you'd be like, oh, wait a second, I got bad cough, I'm having difficulty breathing.
Right.
Maybe I should call the health line and see if I should get tested.
Okay, well, I know that announcement that the Premier made on the weekend was that they want to increase, because they want to hit 20,000 a day, I believe.
We have the capacity to do just over 20,000
Right, so
tests a day.
he's now saying everybody can go get tested now. Is that
Sort
correct?
Sort of, yes.
Okay.
There's certain people that get to move to the front of the line.
Okay.
And then there's others, if you're not in one of those groups, you can be tested. However, your test is not a priority. They haven't stated
Got
the
it.
priority being like, are you tested? They send it to the lab, but if it's a first responder, they jump ahead of you in the line.
Okay.
Or if you have to, or they'll tell you to be tested in the future. They haven't really specified that. This week, we're supposed to be seeing the actual plan from the government with regards to actually how are we going to do this next wave of testing.
Okay.
Because we need to find out how many people have actually been exposed and how many people develop the antibodies.
Sure.
Because that makes a huge difference in what's called herd immunity, which is kind of like a vaccination without a vaccination. In my talk with Dr. Samantha Hill, she doesn't even think we'll have a vaccination until late next year.
Yeah, which
even
I
though
don't think
Trump-
is a bad
Even though
thing.
Trump said like November or something.
I don't
but-
think it's a bad thing. I think that you need to take your time in developing a vaccine. We're rushing this and trying to push it on, and any other vaccines that take some time to develop. There's a lot of smart minds in this
It takes
world.
6 to 7 years
But-
normally
exactly.
to develop a vaccine.
And then let's not just talk about there was issues around vaccinations before COVID-19 came about. So now we're just going to throw ourselves out there and not know the repercussions. So I have a big problem with that and can go on, but I won't. I want to switch over to the dentistry. They have come up with some new guidelines. They're reopening, dentist offices will be reopening. They're in their second phase right now.
Yes.
And then they're going to proceed to their third phase shortly. But that is also some news. And just locally, the news that I have today is that there was a single vehicle collision in Prince Township. Unfortunately, the 22-year-old, she hurt herself pretty badly apparently. So she's in the hospital right now. But when we have more information, we'll bring that to you. We do have a lot more to come on the show. We are going to go to a commercial break and we'll be right back after these messages.
A message from the Government of Canada.
Even though we can't always meet in person, we can still listen.
Even though schools are closed, help is still available in your community.
Even though you may be worried, services and supports are still here.
In stressful times like these, families need mental health supports more than ever.
We are here to make sure you can stay connected to your community and culture.
Nous savons qu'il peut être difficile de rester à la maison, mais vous n'êtes pas seul.
And we know asking for help for yourself and others can be hard.
But there are people in your community who are ready to support you.
No matter your age, gender, sexual identity, race, or culture.
No matter the day, time, or issue.
We're here to help.
And welcome back. Alrighty, I can't read, so I'm going to correct something. It's a 5-car draw, not card draw. So yeah, I didn't have my glasses on when I was looking at that, so I apologize. It's much more exciting now.
Yeah.
We've upped it from a card game to winning 5 cars are available to win. Yes, and you can also win other stuff too.
The whole situation changes.
Yes, now it's much more exciting, and that's that'll be coming for fall 2020 when the draw will take place. I'm not sure exactly when they're going to start actually selling those tickets. However, they do have their monthly 50-50 draw, and right now it's a little over $45,000 you can win on the minute on the 50-50.
This was the same draw that somebody won not too long ago. The young guy and his girlfriend had bought the ticket for him, I think, right? Yes.
Is that the one that was like they won like 70,000?
Yeah, it was a substantial amount of money. Yeah, and then he said
it was like 72, 73,000.
He was going to put it away for the kids' education and take a vacation. And I said, you better be buying that girlfriend a nice piece of jewelry for getting that ticket for sure. Well, thank you for the update.
Yeah.
So what do you have today for us? Actually, who's on Facebook today?
Yes, actually, a couple shout outs to Ali and Ron. Daniel from KC Security.
Oh, we are sponsored by KC Security, by the way.
And Rob as well. So good morning to all you who are commenting on our Facebook live stream.
Happy Monday.
Yes, and now for some good news and bad news at the same time. Bad news is we have case number 21 here in Sault Ste. Marie. They really haven't given us any info other than it was a community transmission, most likely because the person had not traveled internationally. Okay, now for the good news. The outbreak at Extendicare Mapleview is now declared over. So the 3 cases that they had there that were actually asymptomatic, we don't know if they developed any symptoms at all. However, they have now all tested negative, so the outbreak is over. So right now in Algoma District, we have 0 long-term care homes with an outbreak, which is fantastic. Given the fact that we're approaching like 300 outbreaks at long-term care homes across the province, and we only have 626. So almost, we're inching very, very close to the number of half of our long-term care homes in Ontario having outbreaks of COVID-19. So that's good news. Now for some bad news. The Ontario.
You started with bad news already. You can't
I know,
go back.
but you go back and forth.
You said bad news, good news. You didn't say bad news, good news, bad news.
Exactly, because now I'm going to do some bad news, and then I have good news about Disney. Okay, so our cases have been popping up here in Ontario, and we had 460 new cases on Saturday. We don't have the numbers for Sunday yet. They'll come out later today.
That's crazy.
And 25 more deaths. This is almost the highest cases we've had since May the 7th. May the 7th, we had 477 cases. We are not trending in the right direction. For those of you keeping track at home, not this past Friday, but the Friday before, we were averaging about 345 new cases a day. That number is now over 400 for the last 7 days. And it's not going in the right direction. We had 441 on Thursday, 412 on Friday, and then the 460 I just mentioned on Saturday. So we are not trending in the right direction. And Doug Ford said he would not hesitate to shut Ontario down again. If we do not see a continuing trend going down, and that is not what we're seeing. So people, please stay home. Now, speaking of staying home, there was a park in Toronto that a bunch of thousands of dimwits decided to go to this weekend and not socially distance. And the mayor then said that the next day that the police would go and ticket anybody who showed up at that park. These people are obviously not social distancing, as you can see on our screen. And on top of that, my mom even sent me a message that she saw a video of someone licking Sir John A. Macdonald's foot in a protest. People were taking turns licking the statue's foot. Now, I don't know if that's a crime to lick a statue's foot. However, it is very weird regardless of the scenario.
I feel like it should be.
I think, I mean,
like if it is not written in the bylaws, maybe we should add
Sir John A. Macdonald is one of the founders of this country, one of probably our most famous people in history, and I don't think these people were lining up and licking this guy's foot. And it's because they wanted to show that COVID-19 is not like dangerous or something.
On McDonald's foot? That's ridiculous.
So not only were these, as Doug Ford would call them, yahoos, show up to this protest about being locked up from COVID-19, they all decided that they would line up and lick this guy's foot. So beyond being just weird, I'm sure there's got to be a bylaw about licking statues' feet or something. If not, we should create it because it's
Implement
just
it
I
quickly.
think we should look at that.
Yeah.
But now, good news: Disney. Universal Orlando is opening up June 5th, and Disney World is submitting a plan right now to Orange County, which is where Disney World is located in Florida. And if the Orange County Economic Recovery Task Force approves it, and then the Orange County Mayor approves it, and then also because the size of Disney, they need the approval of the governor as well. If the governor approves it, Disney says they're going to open somewhere around the same day as Universal Orlando, which is June the 5th. And so the happiest place on earth could be open again, but they have to have all kinds of different social distancing things in place.
How's that going to work?
Yeah, and we will be right back after this commercial break. Hold tight. And welcome back to Special Report. I'd like to thank KC Securities as our sponsor. Hello to Daniel. And Daniel also pointed out on our Facebook Live chat that when the mayor went to that same park on Sunday to tell people not to be there, he wasn't wearing a mask.
Yes, I saw that at 7 p.m. or something. Yeah.
So,
you know, he's just like,
it is
Trump
what it
there.
is. I mean, Trump went to
the Michigan
Ford
plant, yeah.
plant, and now the Attorney General said, please don't come back
to our state.
you're not following our social distancing rules.
Well, in Missouri, I don't know what's going on in the States, but in Missouri over the weekend, they decided to have a massive pool party. I didn't get the invite. I don't know, must have got lost in the mail, but yeah, so they're definitely social distancing, for sure.
I think there's one person that might be socially distancing.
Wow, look at that person get down in the blue bathing suit there.
Yeah.
That is crazy good. So yeah, that's Missouri. So what's going on? Like, come on. Now, apparently there are hundreds attended a pool party just days after a similar party in neighboring Arkansas caused a cluster of new coronavirus cases. And that's how they responded to that. But over to Vegas. So we love the mayor of Las Vegas. We do.
She's fantastic.
Totally sarcastic in that comment. So
she does provide us with a lot of content, though.
She really does.
Yeah,
she gives great material.
Yeah.
And she talks like this. So they are going to reopen Vegas, or they are opening Vegas, and they're having the slot machines will go again, the crap machines, the roulette, all that fun stuff, but no poker. Poker is not coming back. I don't know if it's another rollout plan, maybe their third, fourth, fifth, who knows how many phases the mayor of Las Vegas has created. I'm sure she did not put that rule in place about poker because I know she wants all the money to come back in. So
but I mean, with poker, everybody's touching the same cards, and everybody's touching the same chips. So
that's right.
Poker's a lot harder to actually control and keep everything sanitized.
Like, I guess the slot machines would just, I mean, hitting buttons, pulling the whatever.
They must have people going around with a spray and wiping them down after each one.
Machines are in those hotels. It's a huge job.
I when I ran a sports events company before, and I did a thing at a casino in Vegas, and the slots,
it's
you just keep walking and walking and walking.
It's ongoing. It's forever. It's craziness, and it's loud.
They even have slot machines actually in the airport in Vegas, so you can keep playing while you're waiting for your plane.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it's just like, okay.
So you had Dr. Sorry, moving on. I didn't mean to cut you off.
The Ontario Medical Association, yes.
Go to Dr. Samantha Hill, because that was a great interview.
Yeah, I interviewed her on Friday, so you can see that. It's on YouTube. It's also on Facebook Live as well. It was shown this morning, so you just go back and watch the show this morning on Facebook Live. But here's a bit of my interview with her. About children in vulnerable populations. Can you explain kind of like what we should be doing with both children and seniors and others in vulnerable populations?
Absolutely. So Pillar 4 is protecting vulnerable populations, and we've seen in the long-term care center district that unfortunately we didn't do a great job of protecting that population. We've seen a vastly different rate of infection and of death. And as we reopen, it behooves us to learn from those mistakes, if they were mistakes, or at least those lessons that were there, as to how we can better protect our vulnerable populations. We do not want a second wave in the long-term care centers, but there's also a variety of populations who haven't been hit yet, and we need to worry about them. So kids are one. We've previously said that kids were reasonably safe, and that's probably still true, but there is this new vasculitis that we're hearing a lot about, the rash and the really sick kids a short period of time after having had COVID, and that's a potentially lethal disease that we really need to protect our children from. But there's also anyone who basically lives in a communal living, so assisted living, jail, people who just can't afford their own house, and hey, in Toronto, that's almost everyone. So people who are living in apartments with 6 or 10 other people, that's not a small bubble, that's a big bubble. And if each person sees one other person, you're increasing the risk to those groups. So all of those people are considered vulnerable populations.
Yeah, and actually, my girlfriend is from Brazil, and like just in Sao Paulo alone, they have 1.5 million people that live in the favelas, which are extremely cramped. Like 10 people live in like 200 square feet, and social distancing there is just completely impossible, and COVID-19 is just spreading. And that was Dr. Samantha Hill. She's the president of the Ontario Medical Association, which is the association that represents doctors here in the province of Ontario. You can watch that full interview on Facebook video, and also on YouTube. Today I'm actually interviewing Diane Boudry. She's running for the regional councillor for the Métis elections that are coming up. That's the PCMNO. And I will be interviewing her today, and you'll be able to see that tonight at 7 p.m.
Another big interview.
Yes,
all these successful women out there.
I've got chief of staff from the hospital tomorrow.
Wow.
Got, an inspector from Algonquin Public Health on Wednesday. So
Good for you.
We got some stuff coming up that's going to be very interesting. She should be a very interesting person to talk to, actually.
Yeah, we've got a couple shout outs. We wanted to acknowledge, we have our shout outs that we keep on our website, and they're pinned to our social media. So keep sending us your shout outs to frontline worker, healthcare worker. And today we have one to Roma Villeneuve. Roma calls if anything is needed, such as for groceries or help. Roma ensures that her elderly in-laws have groceries and they need any rides that are taken out there. So Roma is frontlining for her family and friends. So we just wanted to thank Roma for her awesome generosity. Keep up the support to your family, and congratulations on the shout out. And we want to talk about how Algoma is proud to be Canadian. So we've had the bears in the window, we had the eggs in the window. Now we have Canadian flags in the window. So this is the new wave of Sault Ste. Marie just kind of tying together while we're going through this. So
we also had a real bear on Pym Street on the weekend, apparently.
Excellent.
Yeah, there's a video of it.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's not just teddy bears and windows. We had a real bear. I mean, the real bears wanted to participate in this.
I wonder if he was going for a nap to Goldilocks' house, maybe.
Yeah.
And we just want to say, also there's a boy named Grayson who was diagnosed with cancer, and in the windows we're doing hashtag Grayson Strong. So if you see that, you'll understand why. And so hashtag Grace and Strong, and we'll make sure that we get that trending as well on our social media pages. So retails are opening.
Yes, retail stores have started to open here in Ontario, not the malls, but stores that are opening onto a street or parking lot and so on.
Okay.
So there's some interesting things going on. Saskatchewan also has opened up a lot of their stuff as well, and so has Prince Edward Island, and so is Quebec and Alberta. There is a retailer in Saskatchewan who runs a shoe shop, and he makes you wear a bag on your foot to try on shoes. We don't really know how...
Some people are kissing feet, and some people aren't allowed to put shoes
I know.
on.
I thought that was quite an interesting dynamic there. We have some people licking feet and other people putting on
I can't get over that story. I'm sorry to cut you off, but I just really...
putting bags on their feet just to try on shoes. So yeah, that's a little interesting.
How do you make accommodate for that?
The retail stores are obviously not seeing the traffic they would normally see.
No.
They're seeing between 20 and 25% of their normal traffic. A lot of it has to do with social distancing, and then also people having to line up to get into stores.
Or they're at beaches.
Yeah, or they're
Or
at
parks.
beaches, or at parks in Toronto, one of the two. Or they're licking Sir Johnny McDonald's foot.
What? It's so bizarre.
Yeah.
Cannot.
So, generally, the retailers are pleased with the traffic so far. They weren't expecting more than like 25%, just because of people are afraid to go out and shop.
Afraid to go out, yeah.
Some people are now used to shopping online because you've been doing it for 2 months here in Ontario. You've basically been ordering everything online.
Yeah.
I mean, I ordered everything I needed for the summer online for both myself and my girlfriend, and we haven't stepped in an actual retailer.
No, and I think a lot of people here are used to that as well.
Yeah.
Well, we have our hashtag In This Together SSM video this week from Danny. She interviewed the YMCA.
A virtual run is?
Sure. So this is the first time that we're ever hosting a virtual run walk event, and it's called the YMCA Canada Day Virtual Run Walk. And basically with this time that we're in and encouraging social distancing, we wanted to make sure that people had an opportunity to stay active and be active. And so we thought it was actually it was Sharon's idea. She is a board member for us at the Y, and she's an avid runner. And we thought it would be a wonderful idea to encourage people to stay active and keep striding, but also while maintaining socially distanced behavior. So this event actually goes a bit above and beyond a regular virtual run in that we are providing a 6-week training plan that comes for those who register. And that plan talks about building up to that 5K, whether you're walking, whether you're running. It also incorporates some of our Y Thrive workouts from YMCA at Home, which concentrates on building.
We are seeing a lot of those virtual runs going on.
Yes.
I've got one at the end of the next week, cystic fibrosis. So don't forget about cystic fibrosis too. We did have that as one of our fundraisers.
That was
as
our
well.
first one, wasn't
yes,
it?
It was.
Yes, it was.
So
yeah.
please don't forget, it is Cystic Fibrosis Month. So anything you can do, even if it's $5, I don't care. Just push it through.
Yes.
So what else did you do this weekend, Mr. Sun?
Well, I went to the beach.
Yeah.
And then we were only there an hour, and I got burned to a crisp on one side of my body, which is really
Mr.
weird.
Miami,
Yeah, I
getting
know.
burned.
I know. I'm used to the sun being right above me, so that your whole
Let's see.
body gets burned.
We've got a nice close-up going on. Yeah, Chris said he's got a Phantom of the
Thanks,
Opera.
Mike, for the close-up. My face hurts so much I didn't even shave this morning because I didn't want to feel a razor blade going across it.
Come on.
So I'm going with a more rustic look right now.
Men.
Yeah. I think I need to put a lot of like aloe vera cream on my face or something, and the entire like left side of my body. So
You're from you lived in
I know.
Miami.
But my body hasn't seen sun in so long it didn't know what to do with it.
But did you
Yeah.
forget how to practice safe sunning?
Well, I mean, I didn't think at this time of year I'd get burned, but apparently I was wrong.
I put my sunblock on. It's in my moisturizer, my cream, but then from there it's tanning oil.
Well, in Miami, you just put it
I'm
on in the
bad.
morning. It's like putting on deodorant, but like here,
Oh, you should
not
do
so
that
much,
anyways,
you know,
daily.
so
Well, you should do that. Always
gonna
protect
start
your
doing
skin.
that, yes.
Keep yourself looking younger. I mean, come on, we're 78 babies. We have to make sure we have these wrinkles kept under control. Anyway, we are going to work on those wrinkles and come back at 1 o'clock today. So
Yeah.
we hope you have a great Monday.
see you at 1 o'clock.